All right now, peace, peace, my purpose people. What's going on with the you? Listen, this is day 11 of our August, our Black August renewal and restoration 31 day series. Okay, here in the month of August. Overall, August is a month where we are choosing to utilize the energy and be in alignment with the season as it pertains to building and destroying, right? Destroying the things out of our life, people, places, and things that no longer serve us, so we can create the space or do what we need to do to build and receive the things that we need in this part of the journey and for our next level success. Okay. But before we receive our blessings we've been praying for, before we are able to manifest the things that we would like to see happen in our lives, we have to make sure that we are removing people, places, and things that no longer serve us, clearing out of space for God to assist us in what we in what we are waiting for in life. Okay, y'all, listen. If you are new to my face, I am Xave D. Morgan. I am a holistic life and business coach and business owner, y'all. I am also a small business coordinator for the ecosystem of entrepreneurs and small business owners. Um, Even if you are an aspiring entrepreneur, whatever the case may be, I truly believe that I have a lot of individuals who come across my page, and you are an aspiring entrepreneur or business owner, or whether you have a bunch of things that you want to see, that you love to do in life, whether you have made it make sense to you, or even if you aren't able to articulate all of the things that you feel led to create or that you want to start building upon, all the way up to the entrepreneur who, you know, may not have a business, but you are in business for yourself and you are considered a sole proprietor. In addition to that, the small business owners who are building a business or have a business, who may have some employees right now, or right now you just may be your only employee. Whatever you are, wherever you are on the journey, I am here for you. I am the purpose pusher. God has positioned me to do a many of things, but the overall perspective of what I do is increase self determination, productivity, and profitability within the minority communities all over the world. I am located in the state of Virginia, nonetheless, but you can reach me from all over the world. The world, Craig. Okay. So, y'all, listen, I was almost in my bed. I was almost asleep. I know in like 20, 30 minutes, I was going to be asleep. And I had this notification on my phone for the past couple of hours, and I couldn't get to see what the notification really was. I know it was a video. I know it was something that I may be interested in, but as long as I still had things to do because I just came in from a very amazing day. Um, so until I was like got everything out of the way, you know what I mean? Like got the kids together, got my room back together, got myself washed up and ready to lay down in the bed, y'all. I'm talking about I had my light turned off. I done turned on the frequency music. I done already said prayers with the kids, y'all, and I'm laying in the bed and I look at this notification and it says restoration and renewal. And I'm like, thank you, Holy Spirit. Because I had one full amazing day and I was super tired. And even though the thought subconsciously came across my mind earlier today to make sure that I did this video, I still was about to forget. Y'all, I would have been asleep about 15, 20 minutes or less, okay? And the Holy Spirit was like, let me help you out. And when I saw that, I was like, you right, God. Let me go ahead and make this entry in our Black August renewal and restoration 31-day series, y'all. Okay, so I am here. Glory be to God. All right. And we're going to get started with a Black August quote from my husband. Everybody say, thank you, husband. Comment down below. Thank you, husband. Okay, or give us a big thumbs up, y'all. Let us know where you're tuned in from. Let us know how we can help you release the things that no longer serve you, or maybe help you strategize over what it looks like in your life to do that, and what it also looks like in your life to support you in the building phase, right? In the borning phase. So without further ado, let's get into this quote. And it says, patience has its limits. There is a limit to patience, okay? Take it too far and it's cowardice. Now you just playing around. Now you playing in somebody's face. Now somebody playing in your face. Patience has a limit, has its limits. Take it too far and it's cowardice. And this is a quote from George Jackson, okay? Thank you, husband. So let's get into this devotion today, y'all. Oh, before we get into that, make sure that if you haven't copped the two books that I authored, one is Profiting Your Purpose. It helps you understand how your challenges gave you the tools to be successful in your next level success. You did not just go through what you went through, you grew through what you went through. And this book is there to help you identify what it looks like to pick up those tools so you can be successful in the next level of life that you're headed into, as well as meiotic mathematics. In the previous videos before today, we got a little bit into that. I read you a little piece of the numerology from the last few numbers of that book. So make sure that you grab that book as well. It's called Meiotic Mathematics. The other one is Profiting Your Purpose. Now, today's devotion title is Did You Notice? Did you notice? Okay. And we are reading from Psalms chapter 19, verses 1 through 4 to get started. And it reads, The heavens declare the glory of God. The skies proclaim the work of his hands. Day after day, they pour forth speech. Night after night, they reveal knowledge. Come through, God. The devotion goes on to say, how do we know God is listening when we cry to it? Well, we might feel its peace. We might see a phrase in the Bible that jumps out at us. We might see God moving in our circumstances, or we might cross paths with one of God's earthly angels, a person put in our life for its specific purpose. Years ago, I talked about this at length with a dear friend who was new to faith and struggled to see God in their daily life. We talked about how her heart felt heavy. She should slow down and just take notice of what of God at work. When her heart felt heavy, she should just slow down and take notice of God at work. She later moved and we lost touch until recently when I found a note from her in my inbox. Circumstances had placed my friend and her family in a dire financial situation. Like many of us, she was feeling overwhelmed, desperate, and spiritually deserted. She was so weighed down that she couldn't see the way back up. My friend tearfully pleaded with God for help. Suddenly, what came to mind was our talk from so many years ago. She made the deliberate decision to slow down and take notice. She noticed the smile from her neighbor, the hug from a toddler whose ball she retrieved, the look of love from her husband across the room. She suddenly felt God's love surrounding her and sent him a silent thanks for not abandoning me. Days later, a financial opportunity presented itself. It wasn't a long-term answer, but it provided just what her family needed for that moment. It was an outstretched hand leading her back into the light. May not come when you want it, but it'll be right on time. She and her husband gradually dug themselves out from under their financial weight. Sometime later, they reflected on how they had managed to pull through. Her husband thought it was lucky, stumbling stumbling upon that timely opportunity that started them on the road back. My friend reverently disagreed. I have come to believe that luck is nothing more than the hand of God, she said. That was our darkest moment. And that was when God showed its love and answered my anguished prayers. God provided just what we needed, just when we needed it. Come on. Won't he do it? Won't he will? Somebody comment down below. Won't he will? Okay? Friends, God is always there and always moving. It's just that we don't always notice. Our lives will change forever once we resolve to not miss God's hand in our and not miss God's hand in our ascent from the darkness. Let's reflect. God has used someone to impact your direction when you were questioning. Has God used someone to impact your direction when you were questioning? Okay. Have you received a smile from a stranger just when you needed it? Ever considered that your desire to smile at a stranger might be God using you to lighten up that person's day? Notice. Notice God by jotting down a few examples. I encourage you to share those examples down below, but if you don't want to, that's completely up to you. But I would love to read them. I would love to know. Okay? Because God be Godding. Okay? 100%. Okay? And I'm going to leave you with this last quote from an unknown author. And it reads, when you are going through difficulty and wonder where God is, remember that the teacher is always quiet during the test. Come on. My husband says that all the time. When you are going through difficulty and wonder where God is, remember that the teacher is always quiet during the test. Y'all, let me tell you, I've mentioned in a video or two before during this 31-day series of how sometimes in the midst of the journey, God sends you off into the playing field, right? He puts you on the court, and he doesn't necessarily give you guidance or direction in real time during that time where you're on the court, because it's no longer a time of practice. You're no longer being coached. In that moment, it's time for you to play the game the way that you were taught. And so this is what this quote reminds me of, right? That the teacher is always quiet during the test, right? Because I gave you everything you needed to study. I actually gave you all the answers to the questions that you may be asked. And hopefully you were paying attention. Hopefully you believe in me. Hopefully you were receiving what I was giving you. Hopefully it didn't fall on dead ears, right? Because now it's the test, and I can't talk to you during the test. So you got to give it everything you got. You got to remember everything I ever said to you, every way I ever taught you. God be God. God be Godding, y'all. Ain't that something? I love it. I love it. Listen, don't let nobody tell you that you can't when God has already told you that you can. Make sure that you strengthen your passion, strengthen your purpose, be about your passion, and live life every single day doing what it is you love to do. But more importantly, we're created to do, y'all. Okay? Listen, hit that subscribe button so you can be notified every time I drop a video. Give this video a thumbs up and share it with somebody, because you may not know who needs it. Okay? And if no one has told you today or ever before, please believe it that I love you. Okay? Okay? Share this video, and I'll see you in the next one.